Beginning of the year, they asked Coach BA why wasn't he going to sign him. He said, we don't need him. He said, we don't have enough, we don't need him in the room.
Bad fit.
All of a sudden now, and Skip, I get it. Because anytime you make a move like this, the thing of head coach and general managers, they don't want it to seem like a player is actually calling the shots or running the team. That's with anything. But you and I both know. Defensive guy, okay, I get that. But you're not bringing an offensive skill position guy if that quarterback doesn't sign off on it. Not a quarterback of that ilk. Now, Skip, you're talking about, you talking about Drew Lock. Hell, you bringing in him, hell, they'll sign me or you if they want to. They don't care nothing about him. But when you talk about a guy like Tom Brady or a guy like Mahomes or one of these guys like that, you bring in somebody at this time of the year, oh, yeah, absolutely Brady greenlit this. And that's okay. I don't have a problem with it. What you do is that, Skip, you load up. You say, okay, Brady signed a 2-year deal. I'm shifting all my chips to the center of the table for the next 2 years. And if that means if I need to go get another tight ends available, just like Gronk. Skip, Gronk was retired. How the hell you know? How do you know you knew he was going to unretire? Unless Brady told you. And then how'd you know he available unless you called the Patriots? So it's okay. I got no problem with it. So I don't want people to think, oh, you upset. No, I'm not upset. But everybody knows that Antonio Brown is coming into that locker room because number 12 wanted him there, and he signed off on it. But I also agree with what B.A. said. B.A. says, hey, be a team player or be gone. It's as simple as that. Maybe it is a COVID insurance policy, Skip. Mike Evans has been limping on one leg, but Mike Evans is getting really frustrated. Because, Skip, you look at his numbers, they're down across the board. And you don't put up the numbers that he's put up and become a top receiver to all of a sudden to fall back into the pack. So, got no problem with it, but absolutely Tom Brady earmarked this one.
Right move or wrong move?
I wouldn't have done the move because I don't believe you need him. Because the way Scotty Miller's playing, the way Godwin, he has a better rapport with Godwin and Scotty Miller because they run shorter routes than Mike. Mike Evans is a down-the-field guy, Skip. He's a big body, and I'm not so sure that Tom still feels comfortable just putting the ball up with double coverage and having Mike go get the ball. But I wouldn't have done the move. But I don't have a problem with them doing it because it's like, Skip, for the next 2 years, remember when the Broncos signed Peyton? Whatever you need. They went and got Wes Welker.
They did.
They got Brandon Stokely. So they got Emmanuel Sanders. We going for it. Go for it.
I love this move for Tom Brady because he clearly loves Antonio. I don't love Antonio for any other team. We talked about Seattle last week. I thought he'd be a bad fit in Seattle because they're starting to come together around, obviously, Tyler Lockett. And by the way, the more I watch Tyler Lockett, he is under the radar, a superstar receiver as we've ever seen in this league. He doesn't get near the credit he deserves for his clutchness because he comes up big for them so many times. I know he's not the biggest or the fastest, but DK is the biggest and the fastest. So we'll talk about them in just a moment. But the point is, because Brady had such instant rapport with Antonio, and because I believe that Antonio will listen to Tom about this is the way we have to operate here. He's recreating the Patriot way in Tampa Bay. So the point is, I'm just getting more and more tired of Bruce Arians because he's going along for the greatest ride of his career, but he won't give in to it.
It's a self-driving car, B.A. Just sit in and
just have fun. Just enjoy the ride because it's a great ride, except he has to assert himself publicly. I'm in control. Well, he blasted Antonio. He said, they went back and forth, and then even AB blasted him in a tweet and said, I'm a diva. And he said, well, he's the one who wears kangaroo hats and sunglasses, right? And B.A. is...
Kango hat.
I'm sorry, kangaroo hat. And yet... you know what? AB is right because Bruce Arians got a big ego. So we got BA versus AB here, right? They both have big egos.
They do.
But again, he wants to show everybody I'm in charge. And the quote was, everybody wants to say that Tom picked him. Tom didn't have anything to do with this. Stop it. He had everything to do with the fact that Antonio would even want to come to Tampa.
Just like Tom may have anything to do with being in Tampa. That was you and Jason Light. The man picked up the phone and called y'all.
He picked you. And again, Antonio said, he tweeted constantly, I want to play
Right.
with 12.
He made it abundantly clear, I don't want to play with anybody else but Tom.
But that guy.
Right.
And he took far less, he took like minimum wage to go play for Tampa Bay just to sort of reinstate himself and play for a contract next year.
Right.
Okay. Do I love the fit of him within the weapons? Well, if you told me everybody's going to be healthy, it could start to become a problem.
Yes.
But they haven't all been healthy because Chris Godwin badly pulled his hamstring and missed 3 games.
Yeah.
And Mike Evans still can't get healthy, limping on that one leg. And as Aaron said, at Chicago that night, we only had 1 Pro Bowl receiver, and he was on 1 leg.
Yeah, it's probably a situation where Mike Evans probably not even practicing, Skip. And it's hard if Brady had been with him for like 3 or 4 years, the rapport would already be there. But because he's just coming in, he doesn't have that rapport with Mike Evans like he should have with the #1 receiver because that ankle, as bad as they're saying, he's not practicing during the week. Okay. He's just playing on Sunday.
And Scotty Miller is a late-round draft pick out of Bowling Green, and at Chicago, he was beat up to the point that he had a shoulder and a groin injury. Brady threw him no balls at Chicago. He played much of the game and couldn't get open, I guess, because he didn't throw him 1 ball.
Correct.
Well, then yesterday, all of a sudden, it was Scotty Miller Day.
Right.
Well, my point is, Scotty's going to lose a lot of reps to Antonio because Antonio is going to become the slot receiver, right?
And the thing is, and the one thing that we know about Tom Brady is that he's always had great rapport with slot receivers. It goes back to Troy Brown. You go Wes Welker, you go Edelman, you go Amendola, and now Scotty Miller. So he feels very comfortable throwing to the slot receiver and the tight ends. That goes way, way back. That's in him. Now, yeah, we've seen him push the ball down the field when he had Randy. But more times than not, Wes Welker was leading the team in receiving. Edelman was leading the team in receiving. So was Troy Brown. So we're not surprised that Scotty Miller is the guy that Brady feels most comfortable throwing the ball to. And so for me, Skip, considering that they're starting to go here, I don't believe I would have done it, but they said it's an insurance policy just in case, someone else gets nicked. It's all being reported that Brady had Tony Robbins speak to AB.
He did.
So that just goes to show you, Skip, that shows the man does care about, I mean, obviously, you can help me win some ball games, but for me, I wouldn't have done it. Do I believe AB has paid his debt to the NFL? Sure. You said it's hard for me to see. I'm like, how are you suspended and you're not even on the team? I thought you had to be on the team before you could start serving suspension. But hey, they worked it how they worked it out. I'm cool with it. Now he's going to have to, still has a day in court.
He does.
And then
he still has 2 sexual assault allegations hanging over him.
Right. So the question is, can he make it to the field now? Okay, he's on a team, but can he make it to the field, the actual Sunday or Monday or whenever they play? Can he do that?
Yep. So we saw him flame out in Pittsburgh, and then we saw him really flame out on Hard Knocks in Oakland. Could he wreck this team? Sure he could. Is he me first? No doubt. You've been hard on him on the show, and you've been right about it. You haven't even been hard enough on him. But because of his connection to Brady and because he knows this is my last shot
this is last
to
stop.
get back.
This is last stop you.
Right? Okay. I'm going to say I'm good with this because when he is right, he is really right. I still think he's at least a top 10, if not a top 5 receiver, and I'm going to bet